If you can hear me, put a one up in the chat, please. If you can hear me, just let me know if you could hear me before we get started. Welcome to everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, then we're all good. Um, just let me know. Because I don't want to start rambling and then you can't hear me and then it's pointless. All right, thank you, Lynn T, Patty Duke, as always. Say your name, Patty. What's going on? Hey, welcome, everyone. Brother Nate, I know you're in here, probably just chilling in the balcony for a second, but welcome to those of you to another episode of Politics and Wellness with your host, me, of course, Captivating Christian, and your co-hosts, all of you, including Brother Nate. This week, as any other week, full of political drama and a whole bunch of other crap and stuff that we can dissect and talk about, because I definitely love to get you guys' input on all that is going on. I do appreciate a lot of the messages I get on Instagram in regards to stories and videos that you guys see and want to react to. JLC, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hey, what's up, Pink? What's going on? Tanari, hey, I loved your picture, by the way. Yeah, I really enjoy your guys' interactions, and especially if there's a story that I haven't seen and then I get a DM of the story. I love to get your feedback. So this is one of my favorite times of the week where we can, really just hash it out about a whole bunch of stuff, because there's been a whole bunch of stuff happening. Where to start? Of course, we can always start with a good what the hell is wrong with the mayonnaise of the world. These white men are crazy. These old white men are crazy, thinking that they can control a woman's body is beyond crazy. But it is, but it isn't. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about a bunch of other things that I've been skimming through all week. A whole lot. So without further ado, let's get started. Brother Nate, are you ready to come up and share? Or are you chilling in the back? Okay, cool. Hey, what's going on, sir?
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
Everybody's good.
Hey, Patty, Lynn T, Tanari, Pink, how y'all doing?
So. I don't even know where to start, but this week, of course,
Texas.
Right, that's what I said. This week, of course, not only has Governor Hot Wheels took the lid off of Roe v. Wade and a bunch of other things, he has really put his new name of Hot Wheels to the test and has been running all over legislation in Texas. And Florida is behind, basically about to follow behind in his footsteps. Hey, Queen Diva, what's going on? What to say? Nose ring gang. Not the nose ring gang. Anyway. So Governor Abbott and his attack against Roe v. Wade and abortion clinics as a whole. Your thoughts? Okay, maybe not. And
okay, that's better. Woo, I was moving kind of slow. It's been one of them technical nights, man.
Right. No, I agree.
Okay, so my thoughts. You know, I want all the black brothers to run down to Texas, knock up a white woman. We'll get that shit changed back. Soon as little brown babies jump out, that should be over with. It'll be struck down and no problem. There's no reason why in the world that a man should be telling any woman what to do with their body. They just want total control of everything. Yeah. I mean, that's just I mean, how white of you, you know?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
basically, you know, you can look at it as they don't want their people to
be
uh,
out. Yeah.
to be out to be out and to be able, you know, they're looking at the numbers too.
Yeah.
So
They're looking at the numbers. Yeah.
now you know
I
that the
mean,
rich ones would be able to go out of, they'll be able to hop to the next state or flying down to Cancun for a nice weekend with Ted Cruz and all the rest of that shit. And but you know, you know, there's more poor white people than there is black people, and you'll have those that cannot afford to have that procedure done. Now, did you hear his response to rape? That they have 6 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, somebody put a boot on his chair, okay?
Yeah. He has a response. His response to that was 6 weeks. And then, you know, a lot of people were talking about, well, what about the children or the young people who were, you know, raped by their fathers or uncles or cousins and things of that nature? You know, it's just heartless. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. But it's a survival tactic that they use when they feel like their backs against the wall. They will do anything to obtain and maintain power by any means. It's, you know, it's just a sad thing that we don't, you know, think like that and have that kind of mindset. But we're not that type of people. But you know, and I don't want to make nobody feel their WG, so I'm not gonna go there too hard, but yeah, I think it's just ridiculous. You know, we've taken Handmaid's Tale from a novel into real life, real quick, and the fact that the Supreme Court has not struck it down, but kind of, oh yeah, we'll hear some arguments, we'll read and go over it. It's like, what is there to read and go over? When do men have the authority to tell women what to do with their own bodies?
And that's why I say, all the women down there, just close your legs, cut that shit off real quick. Motherfuckers be up there riding with their tiki torches and everything else. Man, you know how long it's been since I had some loving?
And then a lot of these politicians that kill me is that they're so, you know, pro-life and all this other crap that they like to talk. But most of them are butt fucking anyway. So I don't even understand the one thing to preserve.
Now, is that on your, no, not butt fucking, but ass eating? Is that on your list this evening?
No, it's not on my list this evening.
Well, you better pen it in.
Not for this show. Not for this show. Although, yeah, that's been crazy. So, enough about Governor Hot Wheels. I'm over him and the rest of the state. Although I love the people in the state, y'all governor, he's a piece of work.
But why aren't they up in arms?
I don't. You know what? I think it is mainly because, excuse me, a lot of people have realized that the legislation, that there's nothing that they can do. But protest, and eventually it will.
Oh, there's more that they can do. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, a few good pops with a few good headshots, you'd be surprised. These people, I'm not being funny, but I'm being serious.
But you got to understand too, and how it works. There's always that different type of justice. So if we were to get up and get in arms and do like a January 6th thing in Texas, they'd bring the whole military like swarming in to kind of obliterate anything that was going on. So I think people are a little cautious, knowing that, damn, if we try to really make this a scene, they'll come out and kill us all. And then who's left to tell a story? Who's left to fight if we all dead?
A few strategic. All you need is one to fall.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, that's all you need is one to fall.
Yeah.
You know, and unless he put some nitrous oxide on that chair.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an easy target. I mean, what they're gonna do? Wheel about? I mean, I don't know.
But even like before, when with the women's march, and they would, with the pink hats and everything,
Right.
why aren't they down there?
But see, that part of that was the WG. Part of that was WG, and they always do that. When something happens and people start to react like, "Oh my God, who voted for?" And people start to shine a light on who voted, when they voted, they quickly like to, oh no, let's do this. So it's like you voted for him in one instance, then you turn right around when people were like, he actually is the president? Really? Y'all really voted for him? Then they turn around and everybody wants to be marching all over the cities across the United States in pussycat hats. But when the statistic, when the numbers came out, it showed that tons of white women voted for Donald Trump. So how, in one instance, did you go behind the booth in private, of course, and vote for him? And then publicly, though, you're gonna, oh no, he's disgusting. Oh no, you can't touch my pussy. Well, he already has. So, I mean, I just, they always try to play that kind of double-edged sword kind of thing where they in your face, oh yeah, this is all great, but then behind your back, as long as it's secreted, you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors.
No, behind your back. No, you know what they're doing? They're bending you over. That's what they're doing.
Or trying to, and that's the sad part. And again, I'm not here to, put anybody who happens to be, not black or a person of color into the WG kind of category, but it is. It's like you don't want to call a thing, and then it's, oh, we need to feel sorry for you because you feel guilty. Well, this is how your people act. So then, therefore, there's no excuse. If you're not checking your own people, goddamn, you expect us to do that too, and then still try to stay alive and check. Come on, it's too much work. Too much work. While you sit there and do what? Occasionally, when you feel like it, you want to kumbaya and hold hands, because now they're coming after your reproductive rights and your.
Oh, you knew they were coming. They've been chipping at that. They've been chipping at that one for a while.
They've been chipping at that forever, and it's always the same thing. And that's what irritates me even about our own people when we start talking about, well, it's about the kids. It's about the kids. Nobody gives a goddamn about the kids when they're shooting up fucking elementary schools or shooting up high schools. Nobody gives a goddamn about the kids.
We say that one every week.
That's
the when you can let them do that. They don't give a damn about.
And it's just even like the article that you sent me today, and I was reading it about how young black kids are treated compared to white kids. That they don't even look at our kids as human. That there's so much extra. Oh, they're predators. Oh, they're dangerous. Oh, they're evil. On anything that they do, it's always looked as a negative. With them, it's, oh, they'll grow out of it. Oh, it's adolescence. And
when they came up with that term, they actually made up a term, adolescence.
Yeah, for them to act a fool, completely act a fool during whatever age bracket that they were allowed to do it, and then come out and go, well, I'm over that now. Now I can be an adult and an upright citizen, and you never know that they were killing people or any kind of, malicious thing that they were doing. You never know it because they looked at it as, oh, that's just kids or, young people making dumb decisions.
Yeah, and the white kids, a black kid could do the same identical thing, and the white kid could get away with it because they used the term that they made up. Was it in the 30s or the 40s as adolescents? 40s. As adolescents.
They still do it now. You know what I'm saying? They still do it now. The same thing, you could have a bunch of black kids after a game, happy about a victory and just downtown just celebrating. and instantly cops are called. They're making a disturbance, all kinds of mess. You got white kids.
Oh yeah, they're turning over cars,
they're burning
jumping
cars,
up and down on
they're
cars.
jumping up and down, and it's okay. It's just kids having, celebrating a victory. Like what kind of, But then we're not supposed to look at this and be judgmental to the fact that, one group can do something, the other group can't, and it's like, oh well, no, that no longer exists. Where? It's right here.
Well,
Plain as day.
They always change the rules right in the middle.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point it gets to be a bit much. Like, it's like enough is enough.
That's why you call that shit out when it happens.
Yeah,
and call it what it is.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing to say. Why is everything racist? But that's because it fucking is. Why do you think it is?
Because it's always with the WG, always with the white guilt. Like I can't help it. Can't help it that your people were sinister. I can't help it that you try to,
and they grow up in it, and it's just a part of them, and they don't see it that way.
Right. I mean, even to the smallest minute of things. If you already know, if you go into a situation and say, if you're with your black friends, because you happen to have black friends, and you see injustice and you don't speak upon it from your own counterparts, then you are part of the problem. At that moment, you are. And you may not, your whole life feel like that, or your whole life go through that, but those little moments, you should be just as loud. If you're going to be loud about anything, be loud about the small moments to your people and check them. When you're sitting at the table at Thanksgiving dinner and grandpa is going off about all these N-words and you just sitting there like, oh, grandpa, I wish you'd just die already. No, you need to tell them that.
No, actually, where'd you hide all the money? Right. Now you can go on ahead.
Right, that part. So then, yeah. Just moving past that because that's
okay. Well, good evening. How you doing? I don't think I said that to you.
It's fine.
When you came in because everybody just jumped right into it.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I know I said it to a couple people. Popped in, Smart Show.
Hey, what's going on? Good. I just want to just
Queen Diva,
and then we can kind of just relax with the other stuff because there's.
No, take your time.
Oh no. No. So, speaking of Texas too, I know I mentioned this last time, but I wasn't sure. Texas also has reinstated an old dress code for women. No. So they are going.
That was a parody.
It got shot. It was a parody.
Yeah, it was a parody. Yeah, it was a parody.
Oh, child, I thought it was real. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised. But my thought was it wouldn't be surprised.
I would not have been surprised. See, that was the whole thing. But it was at the very end of the article.
See,
it was a parody. It was a parody. What it was is they were talking about instituting a dress code. And they were talking about dress, no pants, no skirt. And I was like, oh no! When I started reading, because I thought it was real at first.
But they used. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was like a dress code necessarily, or if it was just a norm. But like back in the day, women didn't really wear pants like that. It was kind of taboo for women to wear jeans.
Jeans and all the rest of that. Yeah. But then once they got into the workforce, how are you going to walk around in a skirt all day long?
Right.
And I know in church, dear Lord, I come from that time. Dear Lord, don't you come in here with no pants on in the Lord's church.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. But anyway, to other news update, in the Mount Arbery case, they finally going after a lot of the people who was covering up this young man's murder in order to, again, protect their fellow white people. So the prosecutor, the former, what was she, attorney general at the time?
Yeah, the attorney general. Mm-hmm.
She basically covered up the whole thing. I know I've showed the clips in my news read way back of how even the police officers were really just treating it like, oh, I know you feel horrible. Oh, you must be real shaken up. It wasn't like they were criminals who just murdered a person. It was like the young man was the perpetrator, and they did a good job, literally almost nearly patting him on the back,
Yeah.
which was absolutely ridiculous. But slowly but surely, the justice wheels are moving, and they're only moving from pressure, because had it been no pressure from the rest of the world watching all these things like George Floyd and Orlando Castillo and many others, there would have been no activity. So I am thankful on one hand that, people have said enough's enough to force the hand of people who otherwise would not have moved and done anything. And it would have just been, oh, well, he was trespassing, or they were in self-defense. So a little too late, a little bit. I mean, it's already been damn near, what is it, 2 years going on now? But
finally, because it already happened. By the time we saw it, it had been, 6 months?
It had already happened. Yeah, it was already 6 months.
And that's only because these items were being leaked out.
Right. So happy to see that taking effect, along with the first responders who injected the young man who was autistic back in, or was it Aurora? I think so.
It was up north.
I think it was in
Massachusetts. I forgot the young man's name.
I thought it was Colorado. I thought it was Colorado myself. But,
okay. I know it was someplace there wasn't a lot of black people normally.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much most of the United States once you pass the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
I didn't think black people chanced at that time. I thought that was like the forbidden zone or something.
Yeah. But his name is Elijah McClain.
Yes.
Yeah. Elijah
I'm
McClain.
so glad that they've gone after all of them, including the paramedics, because there was no need for them to sedate him. Right.
And
then overdosed him.
Yeah, really. And that's what killed him.
He weighed like 140 pounds, and they gave him a dosage for a guy that's 220.
First of all, it was 3 officers already on him, so I don't understand how 3 officers.
But as small as he was,
did you really need all that? Did you really need all that force? Again, I just think it's a trip for them. It's a trip for them of authority.
It's a game because anytime you had one of them, you had the group take a photo of them reenacting them doing the chokehold on him. Then they also had one officer that showed up at his funeral.
How disrespectful is that?
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't kick the shit out that motherfucker.
Right.
It's okay to put your hands on people, okay? Sometimes it is. It's good therapy. This is our wellness part.
But no, sometimes people do deserve it. Now they push you to the point.
Just lay your hands. Just look.
I'm gonna bless you, and not in the way you want to be either.
No, seize the moment. Kick the ass, okay? Do it right then and there.
Yeah, I agree, Tari. No matter how small, he's still. We're still a threat. Like it doesn't matter what we do, how we're dressed. Because I know before when I was younger, especially, it was always like, "How you dressed? Oh, make sure you dress." And I would tell my mom, "That really doesn't matter."
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, "No, they were." I was just like, "Ma, you, 2 different worlds. I hear you, but that really doesn't matter. Like, if you really go out there, they really don't care. You could be dressed in the most put together, and still somebody. I mean, look at the Oprah situation. Here you are in a store, by yourself, literally." People's whole paycheck probably just to buy one item.
She walked out the store. I'd have bought that shit, then brought that shit right back. As soon as I'd walk right to the door and turn around and say, "I don't need that shit," and brought it right back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you why that I'm returning this.
Yeah.
Since now I've showed you that I could afford it.
Right. And
Okay.
since you were going to get commission on it, I figured, you know what? No. And then I'm going to fire you because I'm going to own it. Um, make your life even worse. So, in the update, as far as the Jacob Blake, the young man who was shot in the back, who was basically, story goes, he was had a disagreement with his ex-girlfriend, mother of his child, and was leaving the scene. The police officer asked him
Yes,
to
and you can
stop
actually
and
see that
leave.
tape on that also.
Right. And he proceeded to get in his car because he didn't feel like there was nothing going on. And at that point, he was going to go about his business. And of course, one of the officers pulled on him because, of course, when an officer tells you something, you should always listen and obey. And it's funny how when it's us, it's a must that we obey or we wind up almost dying or nearly or just dying. But when it's anybody else, they could, F them, throw them the bird, tell them hell no, they're not doing it or whatever. And they
Ride down the street with the cop hanging off the car.
And they still get away with it. They still get the privilege of actually living another day. Even if they do get charged, they are still treated like, well, that was just having a moment, which is ridiculous. But I bring this update to say that, one, the young man is doing a lot better. He is actually taking steps, which is a good sign. Because the doctors first told him that he may never walk again.
After he was shot several times.
I think 7 times.
In his back.
In his back. So the fact that he is taking steps is a great blessing. But, however, this young man is basically said that he is afraid for his life. And I don't blame him. I really don't. We all know and again, not all cops, so I don't want to hear that. So please don't send me no emails saying, well, not all cops. But we know that the majority of the cops, especially that are in our neighborhoods, are crooked, okay? And especially if one of their officers having to go down for an unarmed killing or shooting, there are some officers who will retaliate on the victim. And he feels threatened, which he has every right to feel that way. So yeah, I just thought that was really like, wow. All that he's been through, he will still be or feel a sense of worry or fear to the fact that some cop may retaliate against him at some point for the justice that he's going after, which I think is crazy. Oh, you all right, Melissa? You don't need to apologize. Thank you for coming.
Because we was late too.
Hey, I work. Excuse me. And then I had to put this together because it's the whole screen.
You got the. You wouldn't got the whole screen.
The whole screen.
Go, all right, boy. Go ahead. I'm sick of you. Look at you. You pimping yourself. You see what you doing? It's called pimping. Okay. All right.
It's okay. I'm learning. It's okay. I'm learning. Okay.
Good. I feel good that it's rubbing off. Good.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. So, great news about that. I wish that young man speedy recovery, and we need to just start protecting our folks. I wish we can, just kind of reenact that whole spirit of the Black Panther movement around about the time that police killings of unarmed Black and brown people were out of control, just like it is now. And we said, enough's enough. And we're going to walk around our neighborhoods, carry our guns, and protect our people. And if you try to kill another person, we will murder your swine flu behind. And I just, at this point, I'm just tired. Hey, what's going on, Rico?
Hey, Rico.
Just tired of the mess. But let's see.
In Texas, you can do that.
That's so crazy. Texas, Florida too. The way this is going, it's absolutely crazy. And they're really turning this to be like the Wild Wild West, as if when a lot of these people were kids and watching the westerns with John Wayne that this is what we want it to be. Everybody just walking around, hey, what's a pilgrim? Like, it's not real. I am like civilized, truly civilized people do not act like that.
No.
Like, it is not gun first. Oh, I feel threatened. I was just watching a video earlier. It's an old clip, but the person involved was actually now caught up on charges. It was a young man. They do like a rally in Florida during Martin Luther King week, where the young people put down their guns. It's like a put down your gun and bike kind of protest march, and they went in the street and they were blocking the road a little bit, and these people who don't look all that man-AD, they look like they got a little sprinkle of some Goya beans in there somewhere, but they think they white, so they think they right. Got out of their car to get all up in the face of these young kids, teenage kids. And one of the kids' bike touched her foot. And I mean, she was screaming as if somebody ran a vehicle over her foot. And then her husband took his gun and brandished it all, in their faces. And I'm just like, to children, though?
Yeah.
To children. But then you'll quickly say you felt threatened. Who's the threat here?
He had a 10-speed.
Who's the threat? First of all, you got a whole goddamn vehicle that your damn goofy ass governor has given you the green light to take that shit and run over people because you don't like what they're saying. But I thought this was the nation of freedom of speech. Oh, it just depends on who's doing the speaking or what they talking about. I don't get it. Who you about to block? I missed it. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. I'm over it. I'm over all of it. I think Florida and Texas will be talking about succeeding.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Texas always talking about it, but I think Florida is going to be next, talking about seceding from the United States, and then they're going to come together and join a coalition to kind of remove themselves from the United States. But then my theory to that has always been like, okay, cool, you do that. All right, where will your resources come from?
The only one that could really do it is California.
Like,
because their GDP is like the 5th in the world, and that's a state,
right? So it's like eventually you'll be cut off, because what will happen is the rest of them will be like, oh, okay, cool. But if the United States really still has the power that it has, what do you think your one little state is going to do? To move who?
Well, we can give them crabs.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're only probably Florida. You can can Florida. I don't see any resource that Florida has that would make them be able to actually be a voice if they stood outside of the United States. Texas, only because of the oil, will they be able to kind of have some sort of voice. But I really, when I look at it, I just like, how are you going to do that?
Pink, you gonna bounce, Pink? When Florida goes,
right? And then on top of that, then you have people working in the state. How are you going to, it's easy to say, oh, we're just going to succeed. Working out the logistics of everything, people that live there, their housing, all that stuff is a lot harder. It's not going to be that easy. Sure as hell, it's not going to be that easy. Because at the end of the day, the United States does have domain power. So you keep talking that mess, you might have to find your whole nation somewhere else. A lot of people found that out when Donald Trump was building his fence.
Oh, you mean the one that's laying down?
The one that's laying down right now. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, but them your peoples.
But, giving them people to me. I don't know now.
Ooh. Don't do this to me, Johnny. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Yes, the fence. Yeah, the fence that fell. Just crazy. Other than that, let's see. I don't think I had too much. I don't know why that popped up right then and there, but it did. Thanks, Nari. Thank you so much. China about to lock it up, which I'm not surprised. Um, a lot of the other parts of the world are not fans of people who are LGBT, same gender loving, and all that type of stuff. And especially those who express themselves in a more androgynous, kind of sometimes more in touch with their femininity type of situations. Um, to them, it makes them feel like they are projecting some sort of weakness. But then I'm really trying to figure out, when did becoming a woman equal weakness? Again, in this whole religious kind of, the man runs things, the man is the head of this, the man equals strength. Uh, I don't know. I'm just so, with all this penis grabbing, it's to be a bit crazy, especially when the people doing the most penis grabbings have the smallest ones. So it's like, are you trying to compensate for something? Like,
They hold the little dick convention.
yeah, like, the Napoleon complex. I really just don't. I don't get it. Why you just let people be people? Like, how they are should have no reflection on how the nation is as a whole. It really doesn't. I mean, it's the same thing when people try to throw that argument about um, the gay agenda dismantling the black family. No, what's dismantling the black family or black men, and
Doing stupid shit.
And, yeah,
stupid shit.
And just doing stupid shit. Because at the end of the day, these same relationships of men and women are procreating. And when you're procreating, you're creating some offspring that happen to be alternative. So then what do we like? I'm just at a loss. So what's the issue here? Like, what's the real issue? Like, get down to it. All this kind of dancing over it. Oh, China is saying that a lot of the artists, because a lot of their male artists that sing like in pop groups are a little more feminine. To me, they all look like Chinese.
All of them look.
They all look like Chinese women to me. I mean, I didn't, I thought that was the thing. Everybody looking like Sailor Moon or some shit. I just don't, whatever.
That's why when they transition, it's so flawless for them. You couldn't tell anyway, because they're small people. The features are small.
They just, they ain't got to do no tucking. They just put on some tight underwear and it just disappear.
Don't have to do nothing.
So I just don't know what's the thing. I mean, I guess walking around thinking, oh, I'm a macho, I'm a man, is supposed to exude what? Masculine energy, that you are in control. But yet, you saw from a previous administration, this man walked around acting as if, yeah, I'm the machismo, I'm the it guy, come to me, and dumb as dog shit and stupid as rocks. So,
China's a very strange place. You have to remember, about 25 25 years, 30 years ago, they were all riding bicycles.
Yep.
They're in their right now they're in there. Why are you laughing? It's the truth. That's why they didn't have any air. They were all riding bicycles. They didn't have any air pollution over there, and they're in their industrialized phase.
Yeah.
And they're spreading out. Now remember too, they also had was it one child, one family? I think it's one child, one family.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't have, oh shit, they lock you up.
Yeah, if you had more than well, and depending on your economic status.
Right. Yeah. But it's still but they recently relaxed that because you had a lot of people that were losing their only child, and they were either
have nothing, nobody to leave it to.
Yeah. And then they're locking up the Muslims over there. They have concentration camps.
They're just doing a lot, and again, all this in the guise of Christianity. And speaking of,
I tell you, man, it's this religious stuff, man.
Yeah, it is. The religion is really crazy. Like I was watching the other day, and I meant to take actual notes because it was so good. But basically, what they were talking about was the prayer breakfast group that I've heard about even during the Obama administration. That the prayer breakfast, and this group was always there and involved, and the group plays both sides. They'll take pictures with Democrats and go, "Oh, look, see, even these people agree with some of the policies." And then on the other hand, they'll go to places in Africa and push towards the killing of same-sex, gender-loving, or whatever people. And you're just like, how is that Christian? If we're going by the basis of what you consider it to be.
Oh, you know what?
The religion. It's okay for you to murder someone regardless of what their sexual orientation is. It's okay for you to murder them because of what? And then always, trying to take their place as they know what God is thinking and how God operates. It's ridiculous.
It's a farce.
It's really full of shit is what it is. It really is full of shit. And I just don't understand for the life of me how we can still sit in places and just be so closed-minded. It's cool to have your own religious experience because, again, for me, it's always been personal. So what I've been personally blessed with and blessed through, no one can take that from me. And it's evident for me. But the whole institution of a lot of the mental mindset is the part that I just cannot. I can't.
I always love when they say, "Oh, well, we have the separation of church and state," and that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
That thing ain't been separated since God knows how long.
No, as we see down in Texas.
Right. And then you want to go, oh, well, this is a Christian nation. Says who?
Says who? Oh, no.
Says who? The people that came here was running from persecution, who wind up killing the people who are already here. But religious. I mean, make it make sense. And then you go and you kidnap mad people from a whole nother continent, bring them here in the guise of religion, and then say, well, you guys are savages, so let me help you all because this is the right religion to follow. And you wind up enslaving people for 400 plus years.
You come from an aggressive species. Okay. They're just
I mean, yeah, you would be aggressive too if you came out of cave looking like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. Anybody would.
And you didn't wash.
Anybody would. Talking about my precious. Yeah, anybody would. You look like that. Yeah, of course. But I just don't. I'd be confused, man. I really, 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 really.
I try not to get too deep into it because it's just it's unreal. Just the shit that's going on is just unreal. But I will tell you this: the older you get, the more you see.
Yeah, that part is true. Okay, so lastly, well, two things. I did read the article about the when we talked earlier, some ways back, about the sickle cell thing and how they try to
Yes.
utilize uh, how cops try to utilize beating and even almost damn near killing and also
Yeah, for
killing
killing
a
people.
lot of people that they have in custody. They blame it on sickle cell. And another case just popped up, and I was just like, wow,
Mhm.
the things, the limbs. Um,
And we saw that on the clip
yeah,
from the body cam.
right. Uh, you you would only think that it's an agenda to exterminate. I mean, it is, and whether the masses know it or not, that's really not important. The people that know it are doing it. So I'm at a loss. Like, this is just too much. This Chicago police officer who has just been brought up on charges, who took his baton or flashlight and stuck it up or tried to stick it up a young kid's rectum.
Hmm.
What? But this is law enforcement
Hmm. Said that he was spanking him.
spanking him. Now, when did police officers become parental guidance figures where they're allowed to spank teenagers? Because you don't spank your own, because clearly we see them in the stores all the time acting a plumb damn fool
Hmm.
over the most minute of shit. And I'll be sitting up there like, boy, if you don't get your ass off this floor, like, and she, oh, Billy, you can't have the Cocoa Puffs. Why are you even sitting up here having a conversation with Billy? Is beyond me. I get it. You don't want to, I don't want to expect my child. I get it, but you don't need to be acting like this. And F you, mom, and all that kind of that. That child will be having a funeral in the grocery store. Okay, put his body on ice with the seafood, because who's cursing at their mom like that? But that happens here. It's I don't know. It's a whole different place.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, what were the charges on the police officer? I don't remember offhand.
the
Did they get
one
him for sexual assault also?
Um, I did read that he. Let's see. I did read that he was accused of doing something with a girl. Um, hold on one second. I know I highlighted it somewhere. Um, Carjacking. Aggressive battery and official misconduct, which is the two felonies he was
And they
charged
should have
with.
got it. They should have got it for sexual assault also. Because
Um,
remember years ago, and I believe this was up in New York, where there was a guy that was arrested, and
the broomstick, Amadou,
yeah, yeah,
Amadou Diallo, I think,
mm-hmm,
like that. Yeah, they took the broomstick off in his ass.
mm-hmm.
Um, Bush rejected the prosecution's request for him to surrender his weapon. He earned more than $138,000 annually. I mean, this
Yeah.
guy's
Now, now,
money.
now, say his salary again.
$138,000 annually.
That was his salary. That's why these motherfuckers think they can do whatever the hell they want to do.
And then you won't even go after that to pay to the victims.
Thank you.
You'll make the
That would be
city
the.
pay. Right. You'll make the city pay. Again, victims
Mm-hmm.
paying victims. And then they can still go and live out their lives. Just like Hogan. And you see how quickly that story disappeared with the officer who was still getting paid the whole time he was even charged with um, the things he was accused of out in Maryland. I just think it's just really ridiculous. Not Fudge Bottom. You know what? Patty Duke, I just saw that. Um, Yeah, I'm not. I don't know what it is. I mean, he even looks like a weirdo. Personally, he probably look like he like things up his butt.
Mhm.
Um, but Lightfoot won't go after real criminals. Please, get Lightfoot, get her heavy foot out of here. Okay, I mean, when she was like clap backing at Trump, a little bit was a little hey hey ha ha funny funny, but I'm really starting to see a lot of these mayors. Some of them, not all of them, are very beholden to the police department and their bullshit, and will turn a blind eye to a lot of it because a lot of their funding, as
Comes
far
through
as
them.
their
Yep.
campaign and stuff like that, comes through
Because
the
remember, their
police force
votes.
and unions, right? And they're still votes, but they know this, and that's why they, what I'm saying. That's why they continue to do the things they do. I mean, they're still doing knees on people's necks and things after
Hmm.
George Floyd. Like,
After.
seriously, why are we still? Why is that even still a practice? Because at any moment, the same situation can happen, and then what we gonna say?
And it probably has.
So, I mean,
You know how things get buried until 6 months, 7 months later. Jump back to the story with the young man with the sickle cell.
oh,
What they called it as sickle cell, where
right.
he
It
was
was a
this guy
wrongful
was
death lawsuit.
arrested. Hmm.
So his name was Darren Boykins. He died in 2019 after officers in Texas arrested him for a series of petty thefts. The video was released in the death of the 23-year-old in police custody 2 years after reportedly telling officers he was unable to breathe. Let's see. Body cam footage shows him on the ground being handcuffed and breathing heavily. The Texas police officers um, who are accused of Boykin's civil rights being violated and not even giving him medical attention. Let's see. I'm trying to see what the charges were, or what the family is asking. Okay, a lawsuit was filed by the mother of the victim. Alleged civil rights violations would stem from lack of medical attention. Um, the three officers were benched from their duty privileges. The lawsuit is seeking actual punitive damages and pain and suffering, mental anguish, and compensation for the mothers mental anguish and emotional distress, as well as funeral expenses and attorney fees.
Now, this young man complained as he was being transported to the station that he could not breathe in the back of the car. And by the time they got him to the station, I believe he had died.
Mm-hmm.
And they pulled him. They actually showed on the clip them pulling him out of the car and them
He
doing
was literally
CPR on him.
lifeless. Yeah,
Hmm.
he was
But he
lifeless
but
when they
he
took him out.
constantly kept telling the female officer, "Look, I can't breathe. I can't breathe for whatever reason."
Mm.
And she was. Did you see what they called it? They called it some sort of some police term where, and though they were saying that he was faking the whole thing. Now the reason
Yeah, they always do that. But, go ahead. I'm looking for it.
now we jump back to a article that was maybe about 6 months ago, where they had a list, um, where they had a lot of black suspects die in the custody, and this has
Mhm.
gone back for years and years and years, had died in the custody of the police. And they always put it under this one thing that it was caused by sickle cell or sickle cell trait.
Right, sickle cell trait. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, and this was the excuse on the coroner's report on so many of these cases, and the people never had sickle cell, where the police officers had murdered these people that they had picked up.
Mm. Yeah, but it was an easy way to write off.
Yeah, that nobody looks at it. Nobody will investigate
it. Was a way to wave it off, and so they won't get charged. So they won't get charged with the murder.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be
but they called it some sort of She called it some sort of. He had some sort of, I don't know.
Declared natural and sickle cell trait. His cause of death was declared a natural attributed state of sickle cell. I'm looking for what she called it, but it might be in the video.
It something else.
It's not in the article.
It's not in the article. Okay. But they gave us some sort of bullshit excuse.
But yeah, she said she didn't notice that he had lost consciousness. He was saying that he couldn't breathe.
Well, he kept telling her that he couldn't breathe. So why don't you just take him to the hospital? He's already handcuffed.
Well, because of course they always feel that we are superhuman, remember? So any, their pain or what the pain that they're feeling is different from our pain. And we, all this kind of stupid bullshit, like as if,
But remember too, they helped him into the car. They actually carried him into the car.
They did. The charger. Oh, here it is. My charger. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm tired. These people in these shits. Because the minute somebody go, enough's enough, and one of their good old soldiers end up gone, it's gonna be all the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ain't giving none of these saltines no death penalty for killing unarmed people, I definitely don't think that if the reverse happens, you need to be doing that. Like, nope.
Yeah. Did you read the article on the Proud Boys having their?
Yeah, I read that shit.
They're having another march.
They're having another march to show that the first march wasn't as violent and as
there's only 300 to 500 people slated to come.
You can believe that bullshit if you want to. Like, it was only supposed to be a small group of people declaring what? When they rolled up in there trying to kill folks. And even the guy, was it Florida? Yeah, I think it was Florida. A Spanish man ran up in his, I don't know if it was his daughter or his son's school, with zip ties because they demanded that the students wear masks. I'm just, what?
Well, it's the collapse of society, man. What can you say?
But it's just,
it's all them. And it's all them. That's the part that makes me laugh, is that it's all them.
But it just don't even make any sense to me. It's just like, okay, if I don't want it, granted,
it's not supposed to. It's white. This shit never makes any sense.
Yeah, but it's even the light brown people that think they white. It's like, what are you indoctrinating this for? Because the minute they're done with somebody else, they're gonna turn their.
Oh no, they're gonna get you too. Because they can't tell. I'm speaking the Queen's English now.
Please, soon as the Hector or the whatever R come rolling off your tongue, that's it.
What's your name?
Right. What's your mama name?
What's your mama name? Where's she from?
Right. Like, I see some water trickling off your back. So I see some water trickling off your back. You cannot lie.
Patty, you know how we inherited it.
That's just crazy. I don't know, but yeah, it's just getting to be a bit much. Like, really, enough. really enough. And the support for for this type of stuff, even from this current administration, is getting to be like,
Yeah, I'm seriously side eyeing that
yeah. Well, I mean, I
real
granted,
hard.
granted, I was never delusional. Although people were
Yeah,
like,
we knew what he was because
you
we
knew
talked about it time and time
exactly
again.
time and time again. He was just a nicer. It was like Trump light, like
Trump
crystal,
light,
like
no
Trump
Trump
light.
light.
Yeah,
When
like
when
crystal
he's
light. Trump
awake,
light, yeah.
when he's
Trump
awake,
light, yeah. Trump light when he's up. But they need to put him on some ad. What was they putting Trump? What was Trump sniffing every day? Adderall or some shit.
oh,
They need to give him something. They
mm-mm.
need to give Biden some so he can stay alert and awake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that
This-
vitamins ain't working.
yeah, that he was out. He was up
If he'd
late.
have snored,
Yeah, it would have been over.
that'll choke while he was sitting there. That'd have been done. It'd have been a wrap. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to hit his ass with them paddles probably would have killed him.
Clear.
uh-huh. Crazy. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but that's all I got for right now. Any other stories happening?
A follow up on last week in the chat. Somebody had wrote about purple lights, street lights.
Oh yeah.
The purple tint.
And you sent
So
me.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I researched this shit. I take my shit seriously.
He did. And they said a lot of the lights were doing that, and it was a malfunction.
Yes, a manufacturer's defect, and it's in a couple of states.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to figure. The states are trying to figure out. They're just going to have new lights.
Yeah.
Because the lights have been up there for a while, and they're turning this purplish
Hue.
giving off a hue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. They're not putting purple lights in to see who got vaccinated.
Yeah, see who got COVID.
No, it ain't COVID. You gonna see with the purple lights.
No, it ain't COVID, right? You got a stain up here by your mouth.
No, you got stain all over your face. Oh my God, it's in your hair.
It's on your dress.
Mm-hmm. See, if he just ate.
Yeah. But yeah, it's no black light trying to discover who.
No black light. Yeah, because that's stuck in my mind. I said, let me find out about this shit.
Yeah, I did. I read that. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, a lot of this stuff I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not even gonna sit here and hold anybody and think that I put it past these people. I don't. For the simple fact of, like I stated earlier, a lot of the local governments are full of Republicans. There are very few local governments that are run Democrat.
But not only that, you have Democrats still think the same way.
Yeah,
see, that's the whole thing.
I was about to say that too. You got a lot of Democrats who think the same way. It's just they have a different way of kind of spewing their kind of venom a different way, but they do the same thing. Trust me, they don't want to lose power either and have to be subjugated to whatever they think this black man or black woman is going to do to them from the years of oppression. Who is?
You know what? And they never realized it either, that we could have laid waste to them a long time ago. We were in your homes. We were taking care of your children.
That's it.
We were taking care of your parents. And I wish that somebody would have said, you know what? Let's poison all these bitches.
That's it. Like I really do. I really wish that people were strong enough to actually follow Nat Turner and really like lay waste to the whole thing, because it would have ended a long time ago.
But the main thing, I mean, with the
but you
technology,
but you got inner people. You know, like there's inner poisons that we even still have to the day.
Mm-hmm. Well, they can go too.
Yeah. You see, they told Candace Owens, you can't get no test here.
Yeah. No, bitch. You spreading too much shit.
So upset. But then she went to the, to the wavelengths to talk about it. But then come to find out that the place giving the COVID test is a private place. It's not a public place to get tested. It was a private thing. So they have every right to refuse you to be tested. So I don't.
We give her too much. We give her too much energy. We definitely give her too much energy.
Well, a lot of people give her too much energy. Personally, I think she's just been an ugly girl that nobody liked growing up. She wasn't the popular kid, so she always felt
Well, you
like
know what, too?
she
She probably had a shitty attitude. You know what? Because no matter how you look in the looks department, if you got a fucked up attitude, you can always never mind. Anyhow, but anyway, she's something else, and she just uses it as excuse. Plus, it pays her.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, of course, anything that you do that is, kind of kicking back at your own people, for them, it's always a win-win for them.
Yeah.
Because they get to parade you around this. See, she doesn't think like them. She's different. Look at this. She's an exception.
Yes, she's exceptional.
Yeah, please. She's a piece of work is what she is.
Right, Tanari. Poison them bitches. Poison them all.
I mean, because truth be told, that's what you could have done. You could have been putting shit in their food the whole time.
Many did it. She put it in that pie.
That's right. Eat my shit. Do what? The best part. One of the best parts of that whole movie. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I can't. So, but I don't know. I hold out hope that one day it'll just all turn around and we'll be like, okay. Because I mean, it's even Terry Crews talking about, I don't want to, we'll become the same people that oppress us. That's nobody's saying that. Everybody's just saying at this point, though, we should not. There should not be any oppression. Like
period.
We should not be oppressed. There's no way that a white kid can go from massage parlors getting happy endings and they tell him, hey, you know what, we don't do that no more because maybe the police are cracking down. Get mad, go home, get his gun, shoot up four of these happy-go-lucky jerk you off and you on your way.
He couldn't do it himself.
Right. Shoot up 4 places and then we talking about, stop the Asian hate. I'm sorry. Nobody was saying stop the black hate. No, nobody said stop.
No.
Police killing unarmed black people. Nobody said George Zimmerman needs to go to jail. No legislation for none of that. But he get to shoot up some Asian places, and we quickly got legislation. So I'm just like, hey, they do whatever they can to make sure that everybody else who is not of them, other than us, feels included. And by any means necessary, they will make sure that they will feel included because they feel like if they start to lose their numbers, they need to then attach themselves to somebody who can help them.
Yeah, look how they used to treat Irish were niggers.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right.
The Italians.
Right. Were niggers. Right. Exactly.
And you notice how they absorbed them.
Right. Yeah.
Right into the fold.
Right.
I never get over that shit. I was like, well, goddamn, I remember that. You know, they lose their goddamn mind.
Yep.
Sheesh.
Sure would. But I think that's it. That's it for me today. But yeah, so I'll let you know. Let's see what else. Show to watch. Netflix is called Clickbait. Crazy show. Not what I expected, but I was like, what the hell? You know what? There y'all go, being mayonnaise. But it's a good watch. It's a mini series, so it's like 6 episodes.
Okay.
A quick little watch, but definitely when you really get into it, you're gonna be like, this winch of a winch. Jeez. But it was a good watch. Other than that, I think that's all I got. That's all I got right now. Yep.
Anybody in the chat? Did we miss anything?
Right. And of course, yes, my anniversary of being on here 2 years from my first video is coming up on the 11th, which is 9/11, but I don't know necessarily if I'm going to do something before or after, just in commemoration, just because.
And you survived all the bullshit.
I know. constantly. So like, oh yeah. Um, uh,
Oh, so you did watch Aretha Franklin? Yeah, that one went more in depth.
yeah, that one was really really good. The Genius series was really really good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
once I got past "You Don't Look Nothing Like Aretha Franklin," I just
Yeah.
you could get into the story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, we don't know what Harriet Tubman looked like, but I don't think she looked like a hip. I think she looked like that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
hip, like yeah, I'm coming to get my people. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, they put the other respect. They put that on streaming real quick.
yeah,
Didn't stay in the theater. That they got to remember too. People are still not going into theaters.
right, and
They'll be in there with no mask,
yeah,
coughing.
I think they should have just done it streaming the first
They
time.
should, yeah, they should just done it. You know,
I think,
either well, both at the same time, like they've
yeah,
been doing. You
yeah,
still, but because the theater capacity, they're doing half capacity.
but oh, okay.
I mean,
Some theaters was already dirty. I don't even want to be. No,
mm-hmm.
I'm too bougie now. I need to go to the theater where you can lay back and
Yeah, in the recliner. I want
right,
a steak. I want a steak dinner that goes
right.
along with that,
I
and they
need
bring
my
it to
bed,
you.
and I need. I'm trying to find the ones with the actual bed in the joint, but then like, nah, I don't really want that either.
You overkill, man.
I mean, they do have something that has like a nice little bed. You like,
Y'all need that shit. I'll be asleep. I'll be done. And I'll be mad as hell. I done spent all that money
to
up
bed.
to go to bed. I did that shit at home. Sheesh.
$50 to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but I like them. I like them both. But one just gave a little bit more insight into her and her family life, and the other one kind of glossed over it. And the two voices, no comparison to me. I just,
Mm-mm.
do I think Jennifer will get a nomination? Of course. I mean, it's Aretha Franklin, so of course I think she get a nomination. Will she win? I don't think it was a Ray kind of situation. Personally, I didn't get the Ray kind of vibe.
For where you could actually lose yourself, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn, he did such a good job.
Right.
I thought it was actually
him. Yeah. Like I didn't lose myself. Like it was like, yeah, no, I still hear and see you.
Yeah,
like,
you. Mm-hmm.
I did not.
Yeah, when you can lose yourself in the character.
Right. It's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's all I got. That is really all I got. Anything else?
Michael K. Williams.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking setup, but that's just my conspiracy theorist head kind of roaming around. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, granted, I know we all struggle with certain things and demons and so on and so forth. But
this is when we tell you listen to what people around you. Pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
Even some of the smallest, slightest things that you may normally ignore.
Right.
Right. That one was a total surprise.
Was a total surprise. Yeah. I just, no, I wouldn't have.
And then too, whether or not it may have been laced with fentanyl. That's the thing. That's the thing now too.
And then the comedian. Like 4 people had overdosed. 3 of them died. The other person is like in critical condition.
Was it like a whole group at one time?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
They were at a party. What is the comedian's name? Oh gosh. Yeah, but him and 4 others. Well, 3 of them are dead.
Wow.
One person is in ICU. Yeah, I mean it's just like no joke. Like I really don't. I'm gonna try to find that comedian's name. Kevin Hart just did a tribute to him.
Because the actual comedian died.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did.
So one of his party actually survived so far.
Yeah. That's yeah. Um.
Yeah, but Michael K. Williams' death was totally a surprise.
Yeah, I did.
I flipped on my phone. I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Who? Wait a minute!"
I did
And
not expect
I
it.
saw the name, and I had to look up the picture.
I was like, no, not Lovecraft Country, not the father. Come on. I was like, man, what kind of mess is this? I like, and then part of me, of course, was the conspiracy. Like, I don't know, it seemed a little, but then the other part, if we're going through it, you can imagine what people who are known actors getting gigs and all that stuff. If it's slowing down for the average person, you can imagine how people who had a little more access, how it must have slowed down, or it is slowing down for them.
I mean, I could walk across the street and get get what I need, but goddamn, if I'm going over there, I don't know where them motherfuckers been at.
No, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams and to the comedian. I'm still trying to find. I can't think of his name, but yeah, he just died a couple days ago. A drug overdose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just don't know what's in this stuff.
Yeah. And even people who just, it's just recreational. I just
but you don't know what,
because you don't know where they get it from, who they get it.
You don't know the strength of it. You have one little speck on.
That's it.
Take you right on out.
Straight on out.
Mm-hmm.
You be hearing that knock at the door, talking about, who invited Jesus? I'm here for you. Like,
get that phone call in the middle of the night. Ain't no booty call. Don't call my house at a certain time. There's only two things. Well, actually one thing now, because we ain't going through all that. Somebody done died. What? They done found him. We hadn't heard from him in a couple of days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't show up to a party Saturday, and I believe his nephew went over.
Oh wow!
And found him unresponsive. Well, he was dead at the time. He was cold. So
wow. Yeah. Now who invited Jesus? I'm just saying. Just saying. But yeah, on a serious note, we definitely need to just look after one another. Give a call. FaceTime is good if you can, or some kind of video chat. At least you can see, get a visual on what people may be going through.
Yeah, but you can gauge a lot better.
Yeah. And if you can help, do so. And if not, if you can lend some sort of resource or know a resource that can help someone, that is always important. So we definitely have to always remember that
we're still in the pandemic.
We're not in this. Yes,
we are still.
Even though people out, shaking ass, taking
they're canvassing the neighborhoods now.
Yeah.
Asking you if you wanted to get the shot, they'll arrange a ride for you, and
right.
All of that.
I mean, I think that's a little better than all this little pandering they were doing with the lottery and giving away money.
You know what they should have done was in those hard to reach neighborhoods, send the little mobile van through, because that way you can, they usually canvass that area maybe like a week or so ahead of time, let them know that you're going to be in this area for a whole week,
right?
And this will be for say you break it up. This will be for the first shot. Then we will come back a month later,
right, and do the second,
and then do the second shot in that area. Bring it to the people, because you still have some elderly people that don't get around.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's not trusting of hopping in people's Ubers. No. Shit, they got roaches in their Ubers. Okay.
Oh. That's so disgusting. They should have hired the Jehovah's Witnesses, okay?
You know what? You are so wrong.
They know how to canvass.
I don't open the door for them anyway.
They know how to canvass an area very well.
That's because it's for the Lord. But God, don't come knocking on my door, and don't catch me on the day when I ain't right. Okay.
Have you been vaccinated? Do you know Jehovah? Just saying.
I say all in one.
All in one. All in one.
No, because knowing them, they'll probably say that they're not gonna they're not gonna take it.
They're not gonna take it. Yeah.
But, because we believe that the Lord will provide.
He has provided. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. He has provided us with knowledge, with the actual ability to obtain knowledge. So it's all in what we do with it.
Yeah, but we never do the right things with it.
Well,
that's how this got. This is how this got here.
Well,
that's how why we're in this predicament.
Well,
and it just set all the white folk crazy.
Because you can't tell them.
It's a perfect storm. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Oh, it ain't even. This just the tip of the iceberg. It ain't even.
Oh no, there will be more shit.
Oh, just wait, wait. In the words of the famed actor who has left us, when he did the Tales from the Hood. Oh, you want to see the shit? Oh, the shit is coming. Oh, you want to see the shit? Oh, I have the shit right over here.
Link from Mod Squad.
Yeah.
The shit.
The shit. That's one of my favorite parts. But yeah, the shit is coming. So please, people, just wear your mask. Not mask. What you say? Wear your mask. Mask.
No, stop. That's not. You're not supposed to make fun of the infirmed. Even though we have so many.
I was about to say, pick one. But a blue mush mouth. I just feel like no. Just don't do it. But somebody did actually create a remix beat off that.
They always do.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
They can't wait. They can't wait.
It's hilarious. But please just wear your mask, be safe, social distance, carry your little hand sanitizer.
Yeah, because we still in the panoramic.
We still in the panoramic view. We are still in the panoramic view. I mean,
since we were talking about Texas, I always do that. You always had that same look like I startled you. You thought I was joking last time. Texas, y'all better get your goddamn winter gear, okay?
Governor Hot Wheels about to cut your lights off.
That's right. You'll be pussyless and lightless, and it will be cold.
He's gonna say he's conserving energy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll just take the battery out of his chair.
No, he got one of them pull. He got one of them. You got to pull the wheel back. You pull the wheel back and let him go. Hot Wheels. Yeah, but Governor Hot Wheels. Yeah, y'all picked a good one this time. Y'all picked a good one.
See what happens when you don't go out. Now you got rid of a big hemorrhoid, but you didn't know that little polyp was in there. That's that little one that you didn't see.
Oh damn!
It's like, oh shit.
That's crazy. That's like the one making all the control moves. That's what that is.
Yeah, and then you got another one get ready to pop up. That one in Florida.
Please. They're worse than the Trump boys. I swear they're worse than the Trump boys biting for his attention.
Yeah,
like that. It's just ridiculous. Oh, real quick, Jordan, could somebody please roof this dude from Ohio? I am so sick of him. So sick of him. This allegedly this white woman who is an undercover reporter and not even a Republican supporter is walking around. I mean, it's hard to do. And they really be like, oh, how did she get this undercover video? How would she not? All she got to do is take her lily white, blonde-haired ass, put a mega hat on, and y'all don't know the difference. So
They all look alike to me.
right, she's undercover. She is caught now. Jim Jordan basically saying, "Oh yeah, I spoke to Trump, and he's running again. He's about to announce any day now." And it's like, okay, okay.
Well, he recently got booed at a rally
Yeah,
because he was telling them to get vaxxed.
you get vaxxed. Yeah,
And it's like, just stop. Just
yeah,
stop.
yeah. But he's another one that's just like so hard, biting for this person's attention, and it's just like, for what? He's just a man. Like, it is really not that serious. He is just one man.
For them, it is. For them,
I,
it
I
is. He
see.
gave them the okay. That's why all
I
these fools out
see.
here, all these white people out here acting like goddamn nuts, man.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you.
We've never had a voice until the orange one came.
Oh, okay.
Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Well, somebody did. Somebody did that in a town hall meeting. They gave the Nazi salute in the town hall, and now they've been fired from their job.
So now he said, drop the link.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll be quiet. Drop the link. Come on.
Oh, Lord.
Right, Patty. They didn't want to hear about it, especially when they lied about it.
Of course, they always lying. That's what they do. Oh, do I have to gear up for this?
Hmm.
I said, do I have to gear up for this?
Is your cup empty?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just like this.
Yeah, just sit on back. Sit on back. Relax.
Oh, there she goes. Are you ready, ma'am? Are you ready? Just give me a little thumbs up. Are you ready? Okay, there you go. Bam. I want to, hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey,
How you
hey
doing?
guys.
How you
I'm good,
doing?
and y'all? Can y'all hear me okay?
I
Yep,
can hear you
doing
fine.
fine.
Okay, I just wanted to remind everybody that we're in September. So next month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
And for all of our females that are 35 plus, we need to go ahead and start getting those mammograms and start getting checked. That was my wellness.
Okay. Thank you. That is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Because
And
we love the tatas.
yeah, right. Yes.
Yes, we do.
Teen lives matter.
Yes.
Tatas
Yes.
matter.
Yes.
That's right.
Tatas matter. All
Well, see,
tatas.
so you didn't have to gear up for it. See, it was actually something serious.
Yeah, that is true.
I know, but I'm waiting. I'm still waiting.
Wait for
No, but
waiting.
I just wanted to remind everybody, because me being over 40, just wanted to just go ahead and remind the women that, let's go ahead and let's get let's be preventative in this.
Right. Yeah.
That's a
and be-
big one with the black community. Breast
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah, we have
It's a big
so
killer.
many though. So
Yeah.
many.
And the sad part is it's so preventative.
Mhm.
It's so preventative. So, I just want to just get to the audience that's here. Just, if you could get your mammogram, get your mammograms.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Right.
And that's facts on that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So actually, I have
since
something to bring.
Oh yes.
Oh, you always
yes.
have something to bring.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I thought when I was reading what you wrote down in the chat, that you're gonna chop somebody up out there.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, okay,
I did.
all right.
I did. Okay, so and then I'm glad that Patty Duke was in the chat for that, because even if y'all didn't see it, she
Right.
saw it, and I just won't block just to be blocking. Or I just don't get rid of folks just to do it. But
Right.
it's just like, it was impeach 44, and then they started.
Yeah, that's when I saw that, and I'm like,
I didn't even see that. But thank
I
you.
know you, and I know, and that's why I was just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. and we ain't finna deal with this, and we not finna subject our people
we're not
to
doing
this.
all. Yeah, we're not
doing all
gonna
that.
do that.
Right.
Because
So,
you got
and
to
that's
feel.
why I was.
You have to kind
I
of
was
feel
like,
him out a bit to see who it is, and then it's like, okay, then he's all in caps or whatever, and I was like, oh well, let's see what's going to happen here.
Right.
Yeah. So it was just like I was like nose ring gang. We got to get through this.
Yeah.
But we gotta have. But just so you guys, I'm gonna share a little piece of a story. And Cap, I know you've seen the pictures. Okay. Now, I moved back towards home not too long ago. I shared that. And I haven't shared this with a lot of people because it's just not, I'm not a big sharer with this, but my mom, she had a surgery last week and they took the biopsy out and they came back and they told us later in the week that she has it's basically B1, not even stage 1 lung cancer. My mom doesn't smoke. She's not a smoker.
Oh wow.
Okay. So she decided to go ahead and have the surgery to remove the quarter part of her lung out, because it's not spread, it's not done anything. So they're going to remove that part. But it's just with that, I just want to say, not only with non-smoking lung cancer patients, but especially with Black women, breast cancer. It's just certain genes and certain things that we don't ask for. We didn't ask to be a part of this. It's just let's get checked out.
Yeah.
What
so
symptoms
that's
did
my
she have?
wellness. Shortness of breath was a big one. She would go to the store and like she would do groceries and things like that, and it was just like she had a hard time. She had to have a cart. Like, say if she wanted to go in the store and pick up 2 things, and something you can carry in your hands.
Oh wow.
Okay, and that began to be a lot for her. That began to be a lot, and the thing was, she went to her doctor right before her birth. She's a cancer, just like Cap.
I love her already.
So she went to her doctor right before her birthday, and she started explaining to her doctor the symptoms and things like that was happening and what was going on with her and what she noticed. And they started, they took it serious because they were like, okay, well, you're not a smoker, you're not this, but on my grandfather's side, this runs, even though these are most smokers, even though my mom is not a smoker. You get what I'm saying? So she went to the doctor and they did their little test that they had to do on her at the end of August. And I want to say it was the end of August. So it was about September the 1st that she got her prognosis back, and they told her that she had lung cancer, and they didn't want to say that it was stage 1. It's what they call like B1 or something like that. And they gave her different alternatives, but the safest alternative that they gave her was because she's not a smoker, was to take that quarter part of her lung because it had not spread, it's not moved anywhere, to take that part out and to kill it there instead of doing it with chemo and hurting her even more because she's in her 60s. She's almost to her 70s. So they didn't want to subject her to that if she didn't have to be there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll be praying for your mother, of course, but early preventative care is always a must. I know a lot of times as Black folks, we definitely, wait to the last minute, push it off, or think God will just miraculously heal us. And we have to realize that, we have to do the work.
We have to do the work.
As far as, staying on top of these things and really noticing the different changes in our own bodies. As approaching 40, I start, feeling on my stuff to make sure, hey, ain't no bumps.
You should have been doing that beforehand.
You should have been doing that before, but
well, I had people doing it for me. Okay, I gotta do
it. But they weren't that concerned, were
they? He gonna Nate. He gonna get beat up. He gonna get beat up.
So, but
no.
You always have to take care of the rules.
Yeah.
I actually really did have wellness to bring to the table this week, guys. And
thank you so much.
And as a part of wellness in October, if you guys want to do a part and I come a part of the wellness on Tuesdays, especially with breast cancer, I'm willing to do that.
Sure.
Yes, because definitely any information
that anybody can share.
That you can share, especially as you're going through this.
And what's
letting
crazy
other people know.
What's crazy was, years ago, I did the pink. I do the pink every year. I do a strip of pink in this red hair. I do a strip of pink somewhere in this red hair in the front, and it's just like I just try to make sure I celebrate the women. You know what I'm saying? I try to celebrate. Like I man, Cap, you know how old I am. So I've gotten my preventiveness check already, and that and the thing about it is it's very uncomfortable. It is. When they're pushing that, especially if you have bigger tatas like myself, it's uncomfortable. But I would rather go ahead and just deal with that little few minutes of uncomfortableness, and you tell me, I'm okay.
You're okay. Yeah.
Because there's no way that I can imagine going from my size to no size.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happens so rapidly. You really, it's so crazy how fast that can really take over when you're not, really on top of it, taking care of yourself, knowing your options as far as your medicine, and getting second opinions, and not just following the first.
Right, and another thing with wellness, if I can, tonight, it is that if you have hypertension or high blood pressure, we don't take the same medicine as mayonnaise.
Right.
And we have to understand that as well.
Yeah.
It's just so much in wellness over the past couple of years that I've been noticing that I'm just like, okay, it may not be like that for the masses, but we really have to make sure that these people are not taking us out with these medicines that our bodies and our genes can't take.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
That's why
I wasn't coming up here to sabotage.
Oh no, not sabotage. I thought you was gonna yell at me about something. I was like, what I do now? What I do now?
I would have just got on the phone and called you.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I just wanted to make sure that we, if possible, if anybody is listening, right now, if anybody is paying attention, right now, whoever catches the replay of this right now, instead of waiting until October, just go now, and then maybe you can have your test results back in October.
Don't wait to the last.
Don't wait to the last minute. Yeah, don't.
And then when it's all flooded, and then you can't get the time that you really need.
Or don't wait till you feel something.
Don't wait till you feel something.
That's the main thing.
So that that was my biggest thing. Cancer awareness is big in our community. and we need to make sure that there's so many free clinics in a lot of the big cities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
but it's a lot of
they
red
won't.
tape with the free clinics too, though. That a lot of people,
It is.
refuse to go to them because although they may be free, they do require a lot of information or details and things that some people aren't willing to share.
But would you rather breathe another 20 years
Yeah.
or go? I would rather breathe another 20 years
Mm-hmm.
and go through an hour of red tape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have to pick and choose our battles.
What else? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we know everything's stacked against us in the first place.
Right.
Exactly.
And your health and your wealth is definitely important. So, yeah.
A lot of people are taken out because we don't go on the preventative care.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, we're always too busy taking care of just getting through life.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
And that's that shows a sad state of the country that we live in and what we're under.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason. I had really no reason to really move back to my hometown. I mean, really.
Yeah, no, I get
But
it.
then now, hindsight 2020, I had every reason to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I've had more time. Like Cap said, I've seen your pictures. I don't have that many pictures with my mom like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have many things that I did with my family like I've been doing, and I'm not taking any of it for granted. I'm not taking her for granted.
Right.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. It's not promised, so enjoy it.
Seize the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And the opportunity is here, and I'm gonna take it.
Right. Right.
Awesome. A lot of people don't even realize the opportunities
until
we so. Yep.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That or putting something off until tomorrow.
Mm.
Yep. My little Cubs blanket is so warm. But yeah, no, I actually had something to add tonight. I wanted to make sure that I brought it.
Oh, and thank you for it. And anytime you have something to bring, you can always come up here. This is show place too. You know that. And plus, you're my wife on Tuesday, so
Right. I keep trying to tell everybody they don't be trying to hear me. Be trying to tell them, boy. I be trying to tell them. You don't even understand the days of the week that happen. But then, wait a minute. But wait. I do have a little piece of BS to bring y'all way, and I got to ask how you feel because I need to know if we got to have us a date night in December. All this stuff going in Baltimore in December.
What's going on in Baltimore in December?
Oh, does this involve court cases?
Ooh. Yes, it's involved court cases.
Oh, all that stuff. A little bits and pieces.
Well, you have to fill me in because I purposely try to tune that stuff out. But as you can tell, I do know what's going on.
I've only caught it because I've been trying to figure out what's really been going on for real. Right. I was like, well, let me, when it get to be deep like this, and when folks start, when the state of Maryland take on the case against somebody, I really want to know what's going on.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's just like,
Oh.
Do I want to? Yeah.
I don't know about that.
So what are we being accused of?
Stalking.
Stalking? Oh, okay.
Stalking. Yeah. Yes.
Did I say don't be going around people's houses?
Doxing gone wrong is what we have a case of. Somebody actually decided to say, Also, you want to pull up to my house now? Yeah, I'm going to the courts on you.
Okay.
Oh yes, yeah.
Now they weren't dumb enough to film it, were they?
Yeah. We'll have to talk behind the scenes, Nate and Cap.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
It's crazy.
Okay. Wow. Weren't we just talking
Ooh.
about this like last week about how it
Yeah.
could escalate to something
And 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 what a
crazy?
difference 7 whole days make.
Yeah, because it did say something was about to come ahead, and I thought it was going to be violent. Somebody
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I
seriously
thought.
getting hurt.
Yeah, because
Because they had the one chick showed up at the guy's house. Actually, I
yeah,
still think it was a booty call.
Yeah.
But it.
But
I think
not
so
no, and
too.
that was in Philly though. But that was in Philly.
Mm.
So then,
Oh, they
yeah,
simple up there
yeah,
too. They real
yeah,
simple up there.
yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, you know what? So I had to make sure, because I had conceal and carry in another state,
Mm.
Right.
and I'm changing everything over to this state because I have to make sure that you show up, you come in here at the pop, pop, pop.
Oh,
We ain't playing.
oh, you say you having too much fun with that one. What are you gonna
Right.
do?
Somebody about to get
Be
popped.
popping asses, be popping asses up there.
Well, you know what? What's crazy is a state away make a big difference though. And
Yeah.
I never, and that's another thing on with wellness though, or with just laws. Period though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I could go and purchase wherever I wanted to purchase in Indiana the same day. I did not have to have my card there. I've only had my card to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my stuff, my conceal and carry, because if you come up on me, I'm popping you.
Mm.
Because I don't know what you're gonna do to me. But then
Right.
when I come here, I have to wait 48 hours. So like everything that I have, like I almost have to just keep it locked up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I didn't been reduced to mace
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
until everything is
It's
Yeah.
transferred
transferred over.
over.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wow.
And because I've already had it in another state and they can see that I've done nothing wrong, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a
Mm-hmm.
criminal, I have no background, it
Right.
may go through a little bit quicker. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, I just have a pocket knife and mace because if I pull it out, unless you come in here and you ain't trying to leave out the door, I can pop you. But I can't
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
carry it on me.
Okay. Wow.
That's like you have to know the gun laws
And
Yes.
of where
yeah,
you are.
yeah. That's
And
important.
I promise you, my little Nina, she been ready to pop somebody out here.
Mm.
Not
Whew,
to need a
Mm.
bitchin'. Lord Jesus.
man, she been ready to get with a couple of people out here, but you know what? We
Um,
got to just leave her.
keep the peace.
Yeah.
Keep the peace.
Mm-hmm.
Leave
Keep
it,
the
leave it
peace.
locked down. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Just keep it locked. It's locked in. It's locked in the case. Everything locked in the case, and it
Mm-hmm.
stays in when I'm out. And what you gonna do? You gonna take my pocket knife and you gonna take my mace? Okay, I get another one of
Yeah.
those tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
No, no. Actually, I bought a 6-pack.
Not a six pack. Like you need one.
You need one. That's right. Hand them on out. I got a box right here. That's okay. You can have that one.
Actually, I've heard
Yeah,
that beer mace works really
Yeah.
well.
Well.
it
Yeah.
does. And
Mm-hmm.
and for those
And
that
it.
don't know, you can go to Lowe's, Menards, or Home Depot and buy mace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because a lot of people don't know that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they have to get mace off the black market in some states. So no,
Oh no,
you can
no, no.
buy that at those
Yeah,
little
you can buy that.
department stores. Yeah, you
No,
can buy that.
they give it to the carriers here.
They
Yeah.
give it to the carriers here too, but I didn't notice that some of the carriers here walk around with a little piece on their side.
Oh
Mm.
I
well,
ain't playing with
yeah.
them.
I guess it all depends on what area you go to.
Right. Right.
But
Wow.
yeah, I
Yeah.
actually did have something to add tonight.
Oh, of
I
course.
ain't yelling.
And we definitely appreciate it. And like I said, my prayers are going to be with your mother as
Yes.
she goes
Thank
through
you.
this. And
And
she's
some
not
gossip.
alone. Right. She's not alone because we're here supporting as always, as we support you. And thank you for the little gossip too. I mean, I try to watch a little bit of stuff, but sometimes it can be a
I
bit
try to
much.
steer away from it, but it
You
always
know what?
it's everywhere. You hear
It's
bits and pieces.
everywhere,
Yeah.
right? And that, I think that was the thing. It was just like I was looking. Okay, I think what happened was last Tuesday, because I actually logged off of here now.
Yeah.
And last Tuesday, I was waiting on Cap, and then after over an hour and a half later, Cap was like, "I ain't coming on tonight." Yeah, I could get a text, that's my
Mhm.
night. Dang, I could at least get the little
Yeah.
text.
That
So
was
he
kind
didn't
of
come on.
shit,
So
but it's
then he didn't come on. So I didn't got caught up in the rest of the drama on
Mm.
accident.
well, I'm sorry. Not
I done
sorry.
missed a couple of I done missed a couple of days, but yeah, it's I guess it's stalking charges on folks, and it is what it is. I mean, you have to really protect yourself, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, the good thing about some parts of the legal system is that you still have to show your evidence in court,
Yeah,
and um,
but
Yeah,
when the state
but when
pick
you
up a
taping it,
case, but when the state pick up a case, it's nothing
hmm
that if you even brought it, if you brought it to the state and say that you don't want anything to do with it anymore, when the state pick it up, that don't have nothing to do with you no more.
yeah, no, it don't, and then it all depends on how far the state is wanting to take it. We're
Yeah.
going, yeah.
So
So
I guess
has it
we'll
has
just
it been
watch
a
this all play out.
has it been a case
I,
that this has happened before?
similar, similar. It's not as quite as it's not like IHOP Gate. It didn't get that deep.
not IHOP gate. uh,
Before it got to IHOP Gate, it was just like, yeah,
yeah,
stop. I'm not dealing
it
with
wasn't
you.
that bad, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that
Hmm.
kind of escalated. Like I said, I play that day in my head a lot, and I just wish that person would have just had the wherewithal to just take a breath for a
Just
moment,
yeah,
not think about who was watching and what they would think or say about you if you didn't react, but if you just took a breath and just woosah'd it and then dealt with it, on camera like you did. Uh,
yeah.
that elevated it and changed everything. Um, and probably some for the good, but some for the bad
And
because it
and
ushered in some kind of atmosphere. Go ahead.
I feel like it's gonna get to a point with certain sectors on YouTube where the court systems are gonna get tired as a whole.
They're gonna use
Yeah.
they're going to make a subject out of you.
Yeah, make an
And
example. See,
Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah,
asking. Had this happened before, and
right. But that's what I'm
I saw.
thinking.
well,
That's what I'm thinking. That's why the state decided to take it. I'm thinking,
and yeah, and they got these other sectors that are swatting
yeah,
on folks,
yeah,
Hmm.
and you can
Yeah,
get
remember I
folks
told you
killed.
about that? Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
Yeah, and
dangerous.
I really,
Very
yeah, it's
dangerous.
dangerous, and I really think that um they're gonna get tired of folks being on here as a whole doing stupid stuff
They probably
because
already are because they want to. They now this is like the point too far. Now we're gonna start
yeah,
looking at everything and all these uh, charges or calls that have been made to law enforcement. People making charges because at this point now we're gonna pull everything because at this point
yeah,
discovery is everything. So now all
yeah,
these text messages where you may have been saying something publicly to your audience, but then going back texting talking about, I'm just doing this for the ratings, or I'm just doing this for the mom. All that's going to be exposed, and then you're going to
it's
see
gonna, yeah. I think that I think
be
that
pretty.
the more stupidity that comes out of this stuff, the
Oh, it's
more
a lot to
that
go around.
Yeah, but you,
More than
but you,
enough.
but when you can't, you know what? My whole thing is this: when I'm not able to fight you with my words again, I've become too invested.
Yeah.
I'm just not
It's
going to get
no
to that
way.
point.
I
That's
know,
Yeah,
just.
it's
right.
just
That's,
no
yeah.
way.
For me, I just
Yeah,
can't get to
that's
that point. I just can't even give you that
Hmm.
power, that
Give you
energy.
that energy. That's
Yeah.
a lot of energy. I save
Off
that
of
shit for the
love.
people I can actually come in contact with.
Yeah.
my point.
Or
I'm
that I
not finna
care
come.
about.
I'm not finna travel state to state because you
Oh
had
no,
work.
we're not doing that.
Mm, no.
We are definitely not doing that. And the Rona out here too.
Right. To be
So
silly? No.
I have and Rona didn't hit my family
Mm,
until this past weekend. And I have my first cousin, her kids and grandkids are all dealing with it, and one is not doing well at all.
oh, sorry to hear that.
And it's just like, so if this is out here, there's no way I'm not gonna come out here and be bothered with you and your stupidness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
The stupid. But
Well,
yeah.
like I said, there's a lot. There's definitely a lot of that.
It's a lot to go around, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. But
I don't know. But
yeah,
we'll stay
guys.
tuned. We'll stay tuned for that.
mm.
But thank you for as using one of QB's phrases for the word on the street
Mhm.
and these YouTube streets.
Yeah,
But thank
because I
you.
because I
Appreciate it.
purposely stay off.
Yeah, it's a
I
lot.
purposely stay
I
because
do too.
it's just too much stupidity for grown ass
And
folk.
Yeah.
you know
For
what? So and Nate, and you say that, and Nate, you say that, and I had stayed on a little bit because Cap was still in the beginning of the summer. He was
Mm,
still doing the midday.
right.
yeah,
So I would, stay on for that because I would have time to
Right.
be on there when he was doing that. And it was
hmm
just like when I realized that we may get a midday every 3 months, I was just like, blip, blip, let go.
hmm
I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Mm. Your people.
They were your people first.
uh-uh.
Hey,
No,
they was
anyway,
your people first. Hey, look, I'm just a little bit darker than Cap. Them was your people first.
you're right.
I mean, just the foolishness. Now listen to him. Oh my god,
I
that's why I had
can't.
to turn it off.
Let me see.
You know, but you
Look,
know what I do
Nate.
now too. Go ahead.
Let's do the skin check in the middle. Let's do
What?
that.
Not the skin check in the middle. Feel like
Yeah, I'm like,
I feel like
You know when they uh give you suggestions when people's stuff pops
I
up.
that.
I
I push
purposely
do
go
not recommend.
do
Yeah,
right
I recommend.
recommend,
Yeah,
please,
yeah.
because it's foolishness. I mean,
But
sheesh,
yeah, I
I like dumb
wish.
stuff too, but God, just the stuff and just the
You know what? If I want to watch a whole bunch of foolishness, though, I swear I got so much TV where I can watch the first 48 and watch these fools do stuff for no reason.
mhm. But they're
I
grown
don't
ass
have to watch.
adults. They're grown adults,
Yeah.
and
I'm
big
just
and
saying it's ridiculous. But my nose ring gang, I'm here with y'all.
But yeah, as an
mm,
adult, things
Look,
have consequences. So it's
yeah,
definitely, um, I don't know. We'll see
I
how
don't
the
know either.
out. We'll see
that's
I,
how
all.
the
So
yeah,
I
goes.
just have to I have to make a note to myself December.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I had heard they had mentioned Taos, the courts over in town, they were
It
over in
is.
Towson.
Yeah, that it
So
is. That's where it's
I
at.
was like, oh, that's right
but
around
then
the
you
corner
know
from me.
Yeah.
what? But then we got Delta, we got Delta, and we got another strand now.
Right.
So let's see how far.
Yeah.
Moo.
Yeah.
Let's see how far we make it into that, though.
Yeah. Well, again, all these strands come from people not taking it seriously. At least at the
Just
very
being out,
minimum,
just being out,
yeah, just
out and
wearing your
about.
mask.
Like, you know what's sad? And what's sad is, if anybody decides that they want to use my phone, like I carry, let me see, let me get my purse. Oh,
Wipes to wipe your phone
I
down.
got, yep,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got my wipes in my phone. I got hand sanitizer. I got like 3 different hands. I don't play. Like, you cannot use my phone. You can't use nothing. I'm not touching nothing.
I gotta tell you, I don't come in contact with people like that.
Yeah, no.
It's sad. It's sad that you have to be that way.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy because I've always been like that. If I hugged you or something like that, that's because I really love you. If I had contact, I am not. I learned a long time ago. I'm not a real touchy feely.
I'm not a touchy feely person in the first place, but the sad part is now, besides my mom or my kids, like, everybody be looking at me crazy because I push the speaker button. Hey, if you can't listen to it on speaker, we ain't listening.
Okay.
We ain't listening.
So what's the number? Nah. Hello. He need a ride.
He need a ride.
He need a ride.
Hold it right up to you.
He need a whole ride. And I don't get it. I don't even, you know what? I don't even get in Ubers or Lyfts or nothing like that because you just don't know. And then they have like here, okay, so here they have it where they say if you haven't been fully vaccinated, please put on a mask. And I don't care if I've been fully vaccinated or not. I'm putting on the mask because I'm protecting me against you.
Nothing
Because
has changed.
look at Jesse Jackson, fully vaccinated.
But nothing has changed.
There's no guarantee. I don't know why people start thinking that
people keep forgetting that this is an organism.
It's a virus. Yeah,
it is a virus, and it's not gonna work on your time because you want to be able to go on vacation next year.
Right.
This shit will be around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because they never stopped flights coming in. Right. You have to remember too, we're a global society now. You can jet set any place you want to in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Just as easy to transmit and take something right on over there or bring it right back to you.
And then you got to think about some things that you order from Amazon is not in the United States and it comes from a different. I had something that was in customs for like 3 weeks because of COVID. And I was like, I don't want it. Just cancel it.
Wow. Yeah, because everything comes over in those containers.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Like you have to be careful. But
but just keep doing what you're doing, and remember this is a long haul. Yeah, we will never go back to the foolishness and the freedom that we had back then. I'm personally, I'm good with it because as long as I ain't got to touch you, I'm good. That's terrible, but especially
you know what I don't miss.
What's that?
I don't miss, and Cap probably know what Cap know what I mean on this one. I don't miss people saying, "Is this all your hair?" Oh, yeah. If you touch my hair one more time, you voodoo priest, I'm gonna beat you. Oh, yeah. Don't touch me. I hate that.
You know what I hate? Shaking hands. I hate.
I love the fist.
You know why because I used to work. I used to work in retail, and that was just the one thing that you never pay attention to. I always said this: never shake hands with a man in a suit because he don't wash his hands.
Because they don't wash his hands.
They don't wash his hands. I wash them. Piss right on the goddamn in the urinal. Don't wash his hands. He'll walk right on out.
Yeah, well, that is
Yeah.
true.
Horrible. But
Did
you think that the men are nasty? Let me tell you, the women are worse. I went to
Yeah, I went to a woman's
and it was
bathroom once.
you.
Lord,
The women
Lord.
are worse. We can be at a baseball game or a football game or something like that, and they're going to the bathroom, and it's because it's so crowded that it's just like they go to the sink and then they go and they push the cold water and rinse their hands off. What you just killed? You ain't put no soap, no. Or some of them
Yeah,
just get up and
just
walk
just
out.
run the hand through it.
Mm.
I have to splash my face. It's hot.
The women are worse than the men.
Mhm. Mm.
Ugh.
I digress. I
Yeah,
digress, and I'm
it
just
made my
trying not
stomach
to
hurt.
itch right
Does it
now
make you?
Yeah.
because
Okay. On that note,
Just remember, don't be out here eating nobody's tasty cakes. You don't know what
ugh,
a tasty bubble in your mouth. No, thank you. On that note, guys, it's been great.
Mhm.
Thank you for another wonderful episode of Politics and Wellness. Thank you, Sonari, for definitely sharing. Remember to go out and get your mammograms and get that done. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Brother
Yes, and
Nate,
definitely keep us aware of what's going on.
yeah. And keep us updated on your mom as well,
Mhm.
please.
I will.
Thank you. And Brother Nate, anything you want to share with the peoples? Anything upcoming?
No, it's past your 2 hour mark. I know you're
It
turning into a
is. It
pumpkin.
is.
Oh, I just look. Oh wait, I just looked at the clock. Oh yeah, we passed.
My eyes are heavy as hell. Because I don't really do the
I'm
computer that long. Like I do work, and then
I,
it's like,
Mhm.
I'm back on Central Standard Time, so it's weird for me right now.
okay.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, a big old time difference.
Right.
Yeesh.
All right, guys. But until next time, um, wear your mask, do your thing, be safe, just be, but safely, and wash. God damn it, wash your asses. On that note, everybody have a great night.
Everyone take
Peace.
Good
care now.
night. Good night,
Good
guys. Love you
night.
guys.
Love
Love you
you too.
too.